The stories told by Jesus powerfully impact my life. Without God's grace and the Spirit's teaching, I don't know where or who I'd be. I'm not where I seek to be, but I'm grateful for where I am with hope and vision for where I'm being led. The authors of Luke in chapter 13 write of a time a man in the crowd seems to command Jesus, "Teacher, tell my brother to give me my share of what our father left us when he died." I wonder if now that Dad's gone, this guy wants Jesus to take Dad's place and settle their sibling rivalry. Jesus doesn't get triangled in. Who gave me the right to settle arguments between you and your brother? Then he said to the crowd, "Don't be greedy. Owning a lot of things won't make your life safe." I find it fascinating. Jesus associated owning things with not feeling safe. So Jesus told him this story. A rich man's farm produced a big crop, and he said to himself, "What can I do? I don't have a place large enough to store everything." Later he said, "Now I know what I'll do. I'll tear down my barns and build bigger ones where I can store all my grain and other goods. Then I'll say to myself, I have stored up enough good things to last for years to come. Live it up, eat, drink, and enjoy myself." But God said to him, "You fool. Tonight you will die. Then who will get what you have stored up?" This is what happens to people who store up everything for themselves, but are poor in the sight of God. A powerful exercise is to read this story in your Bible or online and mark the number of times the rich man talks about himself with I, my. Then notice how often God says you in response. "You fool, tonight you will die. Then who will get what you stored up?" Notice this depiction of the story by artist James B. Janking in 2007 from a print I bought. In the painting, a large family lives in a small house, but they find joy now in relationship around the table. I love the toys in the yard and the abundance of lush trees of life. The rich man lives alone with hanging art of a hollow heart and arid cactus. He's been so busy accumulating and building, he never experienced the reason for his actions. As he finally sits to eat, drink, and enjoy himself, the goal of his existence, his only companion, is the angel of death. There's a lot more here for those with eyes to see, and I invite you to look at the artist's website. I was given a lot, inherited from my father and shared with my siblings, with opportunities too few receive. From LP to MP3, the folk song, the garden song, reminds me I don't grow anything alone, but I find joy in the partnership. Thanks to the life and teachings of Jesus, I am learning to live an abundant life of present joy, generosity, and thanksgiving. I am seeking God's guidance in how I want to most fully live until I die. Without the inspiration of my faith, I believe I'd be more like the rich fool than I already am. God teaches me that less is more. How does Jesus' story speak to you on your journey? How do more things make you feel less safe? What are you hoarding for the future that blocks you from experiencing life and joy now?